Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Misfit. Fuck.
Yeah, we're the Misfits.
We're the Misfits. Welcome back to the Mixed Nuts podcast, rated 5 stars on IGN, out of 10, of course. Uh, Today, I am always joined, as always, with Canadian Goober, Kevin,
I don't want anymore.
and me, Q-Tip. Sadly, we don't have Riley here today because he's on vacation right now.
He blew himself up.
Mhm.
What?
But today we got a very special guest. He has been one of our friends for a while. We have been together since the Friday the 13th days.
I
Uh,
fought with him in World War II.
he fought with him in World War II.
No, I
Uh,
fought with him in World War II.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for JordanPolarBear.
Hey, it's me. I get to join you around your pizza table for once. Come
Hell
out of the
yeah.
shadows.
Pizza table.
Pizza time.
Pizza time.
Dude.
Right, I forgot to order the damn pizza.
So, Jordan, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing really good, yeah.
Yeah.
Doing excellent now that I'm here.
Yeah.
Darn.
Oh, Jordan, you there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, cool.
I'm still here.
Okay, so also I forgot to mention, Kevin, how are you? How are you?
Hang on, I'm trying to call the pizza place.
You gonna call the pizza place for us? All right.
Like, I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know what that is.
me neither.
You know what?
it's a
Forget it.
pizza
It's a pizza.
full of me. It's a
Oh.
pizza
Oh,
full of me.
never knew.
Oh,
It's
forget
got
it.
like,
Here's
it's
your-
it's got like
Was it cal?
ham.
It's a calzone or something.
Huh?
It's like a calzone. I don't know. It's like
No.
well, it's like because like I've heard of like internal pizza before, but when I think of internal pizza, I think of like a calzone, which is like it's like a I don't know, it's the mass. It's like a pizza basically, like the crust and everything. But
Oh,
everything is inside. Everything is inside of that big thing. It's like yeah. So
no,
yeah.
it's just got meatballs on it. I think it's like the sausage and just like ham.
meatballs.
Okay. All right.
Meatballs.
So
Sometimes you
yeah. So today we're gonna talk about something that I want to talk about for a while. So The Last of Us 2 coming out in June.
I still can't afford it.
You can't afford it?
No.
Don't you have a job? Oh wait, GameStop. Never mind.
Yeah, you problem with that?
No.
haven't
You
you
have a
seen
problem
what's
with
been
To be
going on?
to be
At the
honest,
moment?
GameStop is probably not the best job
Oh, well,
as of lately.
excuse-
Like maybe like in the early 2000s, but like
well,
now that there's Amazon and eBay, you could probably get that shit online. Everything you can get everything online. And like like also JCPenney filed for bankruptcy actually. Like JCPenney being one of the biggest freaking companies.
I had nothing to do with it, by the way.
Yeah.
I've never heard of them.
It was Riley.
It's a department store with like clothes and shit. It's like Macy's,
Uh,
Old Navy. It's like that. Still don't
Ross.
I still don't get why they don't ever make um like a one single department store brand and then just put them in different places around like wherever like they have like one department store for clothes for each state in the United States, and down here they would have one for each municipality. I think that's how I say it. And then in the UK they would have it in each country. Each country. UK is a fucking country. Oh my god.
I'm gonna fight
Oh.
somebody.
Oh my god. But back to the topic at hand. Last of Us 2 coming in June. Anyone excited? Because to be honest, I was at one point, but sadly I got spoiled hard. by some of the leaks online, you know, and leaks,
Yeah, I heard about that.
yeah, and leaks like I I sometimes at some point maybe appreciate them, but when it comes to like something so major like what happens in The Last of Us 2, which I really don't want to spoil because I don't know if anyone else has seen it. I mean, probably most of us have seen it already, like what I'm talking about. But like such a big leak like that. Like for example, Smash Brothers leaks. They are they're major, but like it's kind of hard to trust those leaks after what happened because there was one point there was something called the Grinch Leak in which like an actual like because there was a picture of the Smash Brothers like there was a wallpaper of the Smash Brothers roster and the Grinch was like in the background, not the background of the wallpaper, but like it was in the background of where the guy took the picture, so everyone referred to it as the Grinch Leak. uh and it showed all like every single person in the Smash Brothers roster. Some of them were true and some of them were not true. So it's pretty hard to trust leaks these days, especially because sometimes they're subject to change. Kind of like how the man who made the guy who was part of Naughty Dog, the guy who made The Last of Us. He said like things are subject to change. That leak might not be what could happen, but people still are like, no, that's pretty sus. That could happen, and then they just kept quiet. Uh, so I guess we're just gonna have to wait until The Last of Us comes through, just to see. But I'm not really gonna buy Last of Us. I'm just gonna probably watch someone else watch it, or probably lend game share from someone. Um,
You,
Oh, Riley can't do stuff.
yeah,
you can just watch Kevin watch on his channel,
yeah.
Canadian Goober.
You gonna buy it, Kevin?
Yeah, what's your when you played The Last of Us?
Like the original, like the first one.
The first one, yeah.
Yeah, dude. Like Last of Us. Oh my god,
I
dude.
can find it.
That sent me on such an emotional trip. Like I can't even like it was so fucking amazing to me. Like that
I've
game.
never played it.
You never played it?
No, I've
Oh
seen
dang.
I've I've seen the ending. I've seen like most of the stuff. Watched Kevin play it, but it looks okay. They kind of like
Like yeah, that
a
that and that like
post-apocalyptic.
the ending was like super great because like spoilers for anybody, but like when they're like just when Ellie was like, oh, promise me that you'll take me to see the fireflies, and then when Joel promised, and she's like, okay, and I was like, okay, fucking
Isn't it
beautiful.
like
I
two
love it.
endings?
Uh, no, there's only one
Oh,
ending. There's not like because like I talked about this before that like I like games that have different endings to them, and like not just different endings, but well one of those examples would be like the Telltale series, like the Walking Dead Telltale series, which is an amazing Telltale series, probably one of the best ones so far. Ugh.
oh
Sorry, my
yes.
bad.
The
Uh,
the first Walking Dead Telltale. I played that like that was good.
yeah, I just loved the characters. The characters were so great, so lively. They showed like a lot of um personality because like the older games from Telltale they were so weird because there was like one of like it was like one to the from Back to the Future, and I was like, what? What? uh,
They had a Jurassic Park one.
yeah, and they had like a Guardians of the Galaxy one as well. Like they were like getting with the meta, but for some reason none of those really connected with me as much. But the one that connected me much was The Walking Dead. Like for some reason that one really that really made me like really interested in it because it's like you actually care for the characters because you like want them to live, you want them to survive the zombie apocalypse, but you know that in the end that they're all gonna die because it's The Walking Dead. Like if you've seen The Walking Dead, you know that some of the characters that you care about will die eventually. Um,
Mm.
It's
Because like
huh?
they had most of like the characters in the first season like get turned to zombies. Like they had wasn't the main character called Lee?
Yeah, Lee, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. He gets turned into a zombie at the end.
yeah.
Um,
That was so
the
sad.
little yeah in like I think it was like episode 5 or 4 on
Hmm.
the train. The little kid gets turned into a zombie.
Oh
I
my
was
God,
like,
Duck. Yeah, Duck. When Duck got turned into a zombie, I was like, oh no, I had to shoot a kid, dude. Uh,
yeah.
And not to mention like the toll that Clementine was about to take. Clementine, to be honest, is probably one of the best video game characters out there. Like if I like I can't rank story wise characters because like some of my top two are Clementine and Arthur Morgan. 'Cause, like those are just some of my top two because there's some of them, but I can't name. There are a lot of people story wise game characters that I really like, but I can't name them all because they're just so great. But those two, Arthur Morgan and Clementine, they're just some of the best characters, especially because like you follow Clementine throughout the whole Walking Dead series, like the game. You see her grow up and mature, and like when the Walking Dead game first came out, I was like the two people I wanted to see live the most was Lee and Clementine because they were obviously basically the main characters, but you obviously play as Lee more. Lee being like the father figure for Clementine. And when in the end,
Mm.
when you take control of Clementine and you have to kill Lee, like it really takes a toll on you because you've been playing with that character for so long that you get so attached to him. But in the end, he dies. Like he falls to a zombie and like I don't want to say utter bullshit because to be honest, like it was expected, but I didn't want to believe it. Like so, like it was something so expected, but something that you really don't want to think about in the end. And when like the other seasons came out, like season two, you take control of Clementine, like oh this is the best one. And then you were given a choice to like either stay with Kenny or stay with the other girl. I forgot what her name was. Jane, I think her name was. Or you could just go at it alone and take AJ. Um, and like that was good. That was so good. And then when season three was announced, I was like, wait, what? I don't get this. And then you see, because like you play as Gabe, this Mexican dude, he's actually a pretty good character to be honest. But then you were like, where the hell is Clementine? This isn't Walking Dead without Clementine. And when she does appear, she's just like she's just there looking for AJ, and then everyone else forgot about AJ. I was like, who's AJ? And then obviously they remind you who AJ was, but like still the game best game from Telltale to be honest. It was a good thing for them to end with after their company um you know their company just went bye bye. And I'm so grateful that Skybound Games, the guy who like the people that took over the thing to end the series. I'm glad that they took action because it was a game that like shouldn't be left prematurely because while like Telltale the company like got like I don't know was it bankrupt? I don't know if it was bankrupt or not, but after they disbanded the company, they just left The Walking Dead in such a cliffhanger, and it just made people like, oh no, we want it back, but like a few months passed and people were starting to lose hope that The Walking Dead was gonna be left like that. Like a game that's such like so successful as The Walking Dead cannot be left like that. And then Skybound just came through and came up with the clutch, and like gave us the ending that we wanted.
Ow, I dropped my foot.
And then Kevin has nothing to say, just like ow my foot.
My God. No, seriously, I'm glad that they did like a comeback as well to like put in action and finish season. I think it's like season 4 with Clementine being really old. I do like how they've also like gone back and like
Yeah,
remade the old ones as well, because like with better graphics,
yeah,
because you can get like the definitive edition and all that.
yeah.
I like playing Telltale games. I've played some
Dude,
of them.
that,
I've
yeah,
like
dude, like,
Tales from the Borderlands.
oh, dude, that was really good as well. And like the Wolf Among Us also as well. That was really really good as well. I liked it as well.
Mm.
Yeah. Uh,
Have Kevin, have you ever played any of Telltale games?
I played The Walking Dead
yeah.
one.
What do you think of it?
Whew. Pre Last of Us.
Pre Last of Us.
Yeah, pre Last of Us. Like the before that. I mean, very emotional. Very very emotional game.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I like those kinds of games that have multiple endings, but then in the end you're left with like it all converges into one path. Like wherever you go, like it says, like the choices you make will change the story, like the way that the story is shaped. Um,
And I feel like
and I like that, and I like how in the end it all converges into one main ending. You know, it's like you have different paths and all that, and like because there's some endings that are just like that you can go this way, you can go that way, you can go that way. Go at it, like in season two, you could go at it alone, you could go with Kenny, you can go with Jane.
I went
Uh,
with everybody.
yeah,
Everybody came with me.
yeah.
I
Uh,
didn't leave Ben to die at that tower though. I
why,
didn't. I didn't drop
dude?
him.
Dude, I absolutely despise Ben. Like no cap. Like I'm sorry, but like that guy
I never leave everybody behind.
was such a
I no me.
uh,
I didn't leave him behind. Wasn't he the
He
father
was
of
what?
the little kid, the
No,
little
no.
that's
boy?
Ken.
Was he?
That's Kenny.
Ben was like the high
Oh
schooler guy.
Ben was the college dude, the one.
oh
Yeah,
oh yeah
I let Kenny kill him.
oh yeah
He
because
fell.
he oh
Yeah,
yeah no I saved him as well. Didn't leave no one.
yeah.
I try not to.
There were a bunch of people that got left behind because of me because I made some choices that I'm not proud of, but
Lily,
when it comes to like a guy, Ben, who left Clementine to die and like almost left Clementine to die after he saw some zombies surrounding them. Because Lee was like, Ben, help her, and then he just like, nope, let me just skip out. I was like, yep, this guy is getting the boot. This guy is not going to be in my group if he does not. If he only cares about himself, then what's the point? Like, what is the point of being in a group if you're just
I
gonna
know this
rely
is
on
a really
yourself?
bad time for saying this, but I just made the thumbnail for the
Yeah, I saw it.
Where is it?
it's under
Is that the chat boys place where we send them stuff?
Okay.
I don't think he does he have access to that?
I have no clue, dude. I don't think he even
Nope,
is
it's locked. Oh.
Well, big darn.
because he's not. You invited him to the podcast channel, but you didn't invite him to the actual like
Does it
channel
look like
itself.
I know how to do anything important?
No.
No, exactly. So
There,
don't
I
touch
can see
my
it.
don't touch my
Oh,
side.
you can see it. Yeah, you see it now.
Don't touch my table.
I'm not
I can see
touching.
it later.
Don't.
Ooh.
Uh,
Those are
so,
my hot wings.
something I wanted to talk about as well that I talked
The
about.
infinite pizza we have on the table.
I talked no. I talked
What?
about. I talked about it with Julian, my best friend. Uh, I
Oh, I hate the man.
we talked about something that like really got us thinking. Like I wanted to relay it onto you guys to give your opinions on it. Like, okay, so would
Julian
you
Dark Souls.
would you rather have a fourth Crash Bandicoot game or a fourth
Yes.
Spyro the Dragon game?
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh.
that is a
That's
tough one.
that yeah, like we talked about it for so long as well cuz
Wait,
like
I have a better idea.
what?
Spider Dragon.
No,
Spyro
here,
relay
Yeah.
your reasoning.
Well, I've played Spyro 1, 2, 3 on the original PlayStation,
Yeah,
like one, and
2.
then when they get remastered, or the Reunited Trilogy,
yeah,
started playing them as well.
yeah,
Um, Spyro's just like my favorite
yeah,
PS1 mascot, so I would love to see it.
yeah.
I have like
I think okay. Go ahead, Ken.
I happen to like both of them, so I would. I mean, they didn't really give him justice with the Skylander stuff, but
To be honest,
uh,
yeah, yeah. The Skylanders game was really weird. Like, it was something so out of place. To be honest.
Neocortex
I played
character.
all I played all the Skylanders game, apart from Supercharger and Imaginators.
Imagine it.
Imagine
Dude,
X.
I never liked those kinds of games where you just put a freaking figure on a thing and then it appears in your world. I mean, it was cool. It was cool for me. Maybe when I was like a little kid, maybe I was like, "Whoa! Oh my god! My Spyro thing is like, like that. It's on my
Yeah, I found
TV and
it
it's like,
pretty amazing at the age of 14. I'm like, whoa, wait, you could do that? What
yeah,
would happen
because
if I
like
put
when I'm like
one
my first game that was like that like you put your figures on a thing and it appeared on TV. It was Disney Infinity. Like
Oh no.
I don't know if you guys ever remember that, but it was basically like Skylanders, but it's with like
what?
Disney people. Like
Huh?
yeah. Do you guys ever heard that?
No, I
Yeah,
haven't.
yeah, no, no. I did,
Oh yeah,
but
yeah.
I wouldn't get that one.
Yeah,
No.
Gotcha.
because that's the first thing I ever got. It was for the PlayStation 3, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is freaking amazing!" And
Huh.
Then Julian comes
I
in.
had so many
For
figures.
like, him.
I think I even got the Disney Infinity 2.0. I think I remember.
Huh, that's so
Julian,
strange.
Julian was
Uh,
supposed to, but
so,
there wasn't enough room at the table, so we had to boot him.
but
Oh no.
like something that that we discussed as well is that uh, would we really want like like both at the same time? Because like if there's both at the same time, then it would really be like a competition on like on like how many people would get it. Like would like would they get Spyro or would they get Crash? Like it's really hard to like determine how many people are going to buy one or which one are going to buy two.
I would definitely get Spyro. Only because Crash, I'm not really good at like side scroll platforms, whereas Spyro is a platform, but it's a 3D, more like
I think it all depends on which people played the game the most. Cause like for me, I played Crash Bandicoot the most. I played the first one, Cortex Strikes Back, and the third one,
War.
yeah, Warped. I played both of them, like both of them. I played the three of them, and I absolutely loved it. I completed them because I was so dedicated to that. Like back in the PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1 days. I played Spyro 1 and Spyro 2. I played the two of them. I played. I haven't played Year of the. I didn't play the Year of the Dragon. Year of the Dragon was it the third one?
Yeah.
Yeah, Year of the Dragon. I couldn't find that game because I got Spyro 1 and 2 and I love them as well. But I spent most of my time with Crash Bandicoot so much, and when the remastered version of Crash Bandicoot, the Insane Trilogy came out, I was like, oh, yes, beautiful, and I got it. I fucking love it, and like, cause I had to choose because both of them were around the same time where they got announced, I think, Insane Trilogy and the Spyro Reignited Trilogy. I was like, oh my god, I don't know which one to get first, but because I spent so much time with Crash, I had to pick the Insane Trilogy because I spent it so much with him. And Julian said the same thing, but like the other way around. He spent more time playing Spyro than Crash Bandicoot. I think it just all depends on who it's most emotionally attached to. Like people would choose like, oh, I spent more time with Crash, so go Crash 4, baby. And then some people say, oh, so I spent more time with Spyro, and like Spyro 4, baby. And I think that's all that that is said, because like all of it is like, oh, if people are more emotionally attached to it, people will go for it.
Yeah,
It's
like
just like
Mac
that.
2.
Yeah.
Mac 2, baby.
Yeah. So speaking of like,
I don't even know why you have me in the podcast if I don't really say much. I just stand there.
if you
Wait,
want to talk,
I mean,
Wait, wait, wait. How are you standing?
No, I'm
Or are we
sitting.
on chairs?
No,
I'm
We're
sitting.
sitting.
I'm
no,
sitting on the
I'm
bed.
hovering. No, I'm hovering right now.
Oh, so you're baby. Oh, you got like a hoverboard.
No, I was too lazy to put in chairs, so
Oh,
we're in a dark purple room.
levitation.
We're in a dark purple room. What do you expect?
I don't know. Tell you, I say something about like other like spider games. I don't know if anybody played, but Skylanders ruined Spyro.
Yeah.
Another game that kind of ruined it, but didn't at the same time. A lot of people like this as like the black sheep games of Spyro is the Legend of Spyro.
Oh my God, Legend of Spyro. I remember that so vividly. I swear to God. It's like
Spyro.
it's something that like that cannot leave the back of my mind. It was something that I was literally trying to forget, because like I swear I could have sworn maybe at some point I think I played the Legend of Spyro games. I just don't remember when. I think maybe I played the it's not New Beginning. It wasn't Dawn of the Dragon. It was the one that was in between both of them. It was like
Uh,
um I forgot which one it was. It was
The Eternal
the
Night.
Eternal Night. I think I remember playing that because it was like it came out in 2007, and I just recently got the PlayStation 2, and my parents bought me that one, and then I was like, oh, this is good. And then one of the things that really fricked me over is that um
oh man,
the guy that was playing Spyro, uh
Eliza
it was
Woods.
Elijah Wood, and I was so mind fucked by that. I was like, wait, what? Because like I was so used to him in Lord of the Rings, and out of nowhere I just hear freaking Frodo Baggins just like talking. I'm like, wait, what?
fine.
Where's Frodo? And then it comes from freaking Spyro's like mouth. I was like, wait, what? But to be honest, like Tom Kenny will always be Spyro for me. Tom Kenny, because like Tom Kenny is like beautiful. SpongeBob.
In the original,
Yeah, in the
Oh no,
original, yeah,
he.
from the original like Spyro, and like
all I remember from the Spyro,
up to the Reignite trilogy as well.
all I remember from the Spyro game, which is the only Spyro game I have, was Enter the Dragonfly.
Oh,
All I
Oh my
remember is
God.
that one leopard guy just screaming, going, "Wah!" All
Yeah.
right, but no, I think it's all time we address the elephant in the room.
yeah.
Vector from Despicable Me,
What do you want to talk about him?
bro.
I-
Is he wearing pajamas?
But there's Vector in the room.
I'm sorry.
Is he wearing
There's
pajamas?
Vector in the room. Where is he?
Is Vector wearing pajamas? Is that what you said, Kevin?
Yes, Vector. Is he or is he not wearing pajamas?
Um. Jesus, that's really. To be honest, I think it's a jumpsuit.
Where?
Like without, like in all seriousness, I'm pretty sure it's a jumpsuit.
It's a.
Well, the orange jumpsuit that he wears
You mean pajamas, bro? It's
with the like collar fin,
yeah,
Oh, the wingsuit.
yeah, the
the
wings.
That's
the
the thing.
Windsor as well.
The wingsuit. I love the wingsuit. Just like, hey, Far Cry.
I think he's not wearing pajamas. I think he's wearing like it's just like
No,
maybe
no,
Adidas
yeah,
clothes.
the Adidas. I was gonna say it looks like an Adidas tracksuit, like the ones that the Russians wear. To be honest, he's got that Russian.
Tripolowski.
He's got that Russian look to him. To be honest,
Well, guys,
if he were to talk Russian in the Despicable Me movie, I would have been like, okay, I get it. But like he speaks in such an American accent, I was like, wait, I don't get this.
pajama.
They are not pajamas.
The warm-ups. I'm warming up for
Ooh.
stuff. You mean like sleeping?
Didn't Jason Segel play him?
I don't know.
Like the guy who was
Neither do I.
the guy who was in How I Met Your Mother, I think. Then
I always thought it was Patrick Stewart.
Patrick Stewart.
Who?
Who the frick is? I'm an idiot. Patrick Stewart is the guy who played Professor Xavier.
Oh.
Patrick Stewart is the guy who played Professor Xavier. Oh, and he was Picard as well. I remember.
Yeah. Why would you think a young figure like Vector
I'm
would be
joking.
played
Oh
by?
yeah.
I'm joking.
He was dude. When I saw that it was like played by Jason Segel, I was like, "There's no way," because he doesn't sound anything like him. But I saw like the behind the scenes, and he just covers his nose and is like, "Oh yeah," he just makes the noise, dude. Wait, who played Doctor Nefario? You guys remember
Patrick
Doctor Russ? What?
Patrick Stewart.
Kevin, stop at the Patrick.
Well, I know Steve Carell was Groot. Miranda Cosgrove was
Wait,
there.
wait. Gru's first name is Felonious.
Wow.
Bruh.
I never knew that. Wow. I never knew. I thought Gru was his first name.
You know, I was in the Despicable movie once.
Really?
Oh, were you?
Yeah, I was in the Minions.
Oh,
The lead.
You were one
I
of the
thought you were on the moon. I could just see you at the end of the movie when Vector says, "Oh poop," you're just all the way in the background fighting off zombies.
You were all the way in the background just fighting.
Yeah, I'm doing the moon Easter egg.
Dude.
Yes.
Oh no! The fucking no the thought to a way out. The fucking the one where you just fell asleep and you're like, whoa! I'm on the moon.
I wonder if it tastes like cheese.
Space warfare.
Advanced Warfare Zombies was terrible.
And yet I still play.
Oh man! All right, so wait, so what games did we all play? Did we all play to like as children? Like what was our favorite game when they were children? Like
I had PS2.
I'm talking like when you were like at least I don't know whenever like the PlayStation 1s and PlayStation 2s came out. I doubt we were children back then.
I was.
I mean technically you were.
Yeah, I would say
I outranked all of you.
Jordan is older than us.
only by.
What?
I'm 20. Kevin's like what, 21?
Oh what? Dude.
Yeah, no.
19.
Real age.
So wait, I'm 19. Jordan is 20, and then Kevin is 21.
Bruh.
What the hell? Dude, we're the
Don't
be
oldest.
fooled.
Hell yeah.
We're the old breed.
I mean,
Hell, we're not
It's-
even in our
like
20s.
when did the PlayStation 3 come? PlayStation 3. When did PlayStation 1 come out?
1990 something.
1990.
Yeah.
1990,
I don't know.
1990, no, 1995, I think. Right?
I was born in
Probably.
1998, so.
Yeah, I think 1995 maybe. Yeah.
On no, my favorite.
Not September 9, 1995. So I wasn't even born yet when PlayStation 1 came out.
Nah, neither was I.
So, but like,
Oh, give me.
but did y'all ever own a PlayStation 1?
I owned a PlayStation 2.
I had a PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2.
I'm going to.
Because that PlayStation 2 came out in like 2000, and I was like, I was just born basically when it came out.
I was the 1-year-old, so I was.
Yeah, you were
You were just
No, you were 2 years old practically.
Probably.
Yeah.
Kevin. You just get born and you're just given a PlayStation already.
Like, hey, son, you just come out the womb. He just gives you a PlayStation 2. Like, hey, son, here's your birthday present. Because I remember having it, because it took a while for the PlayStation 3 to come out. It took like 6 or 7 years for the PlayStation 3 to come out. And
PlayStation 3 came out in 2006.
Yeah, like 6 years practically. So it took like basically 6 years for all of us to grow up, and like did we all ever have a PlayStation 1 or a PlayStation 2? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I had a PlayStation 1, it wasn't mine, but I played some games on it. I was given a PlayStation 2, and the
What?
game that I
Yeah.
used to play a lot on it was a childhood game. It was Destroy All Humans.
Destroy All Humans? Hell yeah. Kevin, what about you, mate?
I honestly thought that was an Invader Zim game.
Bittersome didn't even come out before. Wait, did it?
No,
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
Invader Zim was like way like 2000. Wait, it came out 2001 actually. Never mind.
Yeah, it's a beta Zing game.
Dude, I used to play. I played on PlayStation 2. I played on the PlayStation 2. I played Jimmy Neutron, the game, and oh my
That
god,
was a game.
Yes.
yeah, it was a game, and it
Oh,
was
wait.
so good. For some reason, like a game like that, it was actually pretty good. Cause like Jimmy Neutron, the animation was just fucking horrible.
Whoa.
I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It was shit. All right, like maybe
Wait,
like cause like maybe I thought differently. We all thought differently at a young
which
age,
Jimmy
but
Neutron
like
game?
Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius.
The PC one?
There was a PC one as well.
Yes.
Or
They made
the,
one where he fights his
No, like
doppelganger.
yeah, but there's a Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius game as well.
made Jimmy Neutron's like cartoon style Nickelodeon is like it will always be like the best. That was like when like animation
Oh no! It
3D
was
was coming
The
out.
Adventures of Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius Attack of the Twonkies.
I love that game.
Yeah, Attack of the
Who
Twonkies.
remember? Apart from the game, do you remember the movie?
Oh yeah, I remember the movie. Yeah.
Yeah, they made that on PC that I know of, and another one on PC.
I remember THQ was the one that was responsible for like many of the Nickelodeon games like SpongeBob SquarePants, Battle for Bikini Bottom, Attack and the Power. Oh my God, Attack and the Power of Juju.
God, I remember that.
Dude.
Oh my god! If THQ was
Oh yeah, THQ was the one that made Destroy All Humans as well. So like,
I
yeah,
couldn't pass the first level of TAC. Could not.
I'm not capping. I couldn't either. They also made the WWE SmackDown games, SmackDown versus Raw games, which is like one of my favorite WWE SmackDown. WWE in general is my favorite. So, but Battle for Bikini Bottom was also like something I play a lot. But the games
Why-
are you glad who's glad that's like the Bikini SpongeBob game that's getting remastered as Destroy Humans is?
I've only played the PC version of Battle for the Bikini Bottom.
No, because they're coming out this year because like they've been like remade, with better engines.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember I talked about this. But like the game I played the most, like on PlayStation 2, was this game that I loved. It was called MX Unleashed. It was this motocross game, and for some reason I got so psyched about it. Not because of I like the racing in it, but there was this mode that was like it was like free mode. It was like free open world. It was like an open world basically, and where you go through different places around the world, and then you just explore them on your motorbike. And I found that so freaking amazing. Um, Sometimes I wish I have an Xbox One, but like I wish I had the money to like get the game for backwards compatibility because you can get MX Unleashed for Xbox One.
Speaking of money, we have a Patreon somewhere. If you
You
want to throw
do.
a couple
Dollars, maybe.
pennies our way,
Hey,
a couple of
spare
ones.
change. Need money for Pepsi Max. Cherry.
Bro, honestly, I would take like 0.1 quid to be honest. I would
For
take.
some reason, Riley calls me.
I would take like 0.1 pounds. I think that's what it is.
Why does he call me a Pepsi?
Are you a Pepsi?
You know, Mountain Dew guy.
I didn't. No, I didn't
You
call you
like-
Pepsi.
you-
I said.
You like
I
Mountain
said-
Dew? I never tried Mountain Dew to be honest. Like I've seen so many.
Why
I said I
Are
need Pepsi.
sponsoring prom?
I've seen so many like commercials of like Mountain Dew, but I never got to taste it ever. Like
Man,
I don't think I
the
ever will, to be honest.
I've tasted Mountain Dew. It's okay. The only commercial I've ever seen for Mountain Dew was that Advanced Warfare one.
No, I saw the one that was like the Halo one. I saw the Halo one. The Halo one was so fucking funny because it was like, "You're gonna drink Mountain Dew. You're gonna strong like us. Are you ready?" And then the guy's like, "Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah." And then he starts playing Halo.
Oh, I remember that. That was
The only one of the commercials I saw about food was the Uncharted 3 one. When it's like Subway. The Uncharted 3 one that's Subway.
Subway.
Uh,
We're winners eat.
yeah, Subway, where winners eat.
Do you think they
Ouch.
actually got Nate?
To be honest, I would have liked a whole game that's just like Subway thing.
Well, Carson should do that because he works at Subway. We get
Yeah.
the
You've got all those cooking games out there, so I guess you could make a Subway one.
Scary.
I remember there was like um a bunch of commercials for like different foods, but like they put games on it as well. So it was like to make them more relevant and to make people aware, like, oh, you should go to Subway, and then people will be too focused on the goddamn like the actual game than the and then the freaking Subway commercial. You're like, huh? What?
So do you think they actually got
They definitely got Nolan North for
Nolan
that.
North?
They definitely got Nolan North. There's like no way they would not get Nolan North for Nathan Drake. Because Nolan North is the face of Nathan Drake.
He's the body of Nathan Drake too.
Yeah.
The upper body strength of Nathan Drake, Troy Baker, Sam.
Troy Baker, like the best voice actors out there are definitely Nolan North and Troy Baker. They even made a channel together. That's how.
What about Tobey Maguire? It was
They're in like
Spider-Man in the
they're
video
in
game.
so many games together. Aren't they like both in that new Avengers game that's
Yeah, they did. They done in Uncharted. They done in like I think Batman as well.
They done the last
Yeah.
one.
The Last of Us as well, and like because one of my favorite things about Nolan North is that he was like three of my favorite characters in like video game wise and like so like media wise, like which is Nathan Drake, Desmond Miles, and Deadpool. He played three of my favorite characters like whatsoever.
And then he played himself as Deadpool.
Yeah. He played
Desmond.
so many people that I absolutely love, like because Nolan North and Troy Baker, they're so good together because they make such a dynamic duo. To be honest, because when they were in Uncharted 4, I was like, oh, these guys are gonna make the best performance because like there's no way in hell these guys are going to like fuck this up because these guys are like practically brothers. Yeah, because like I think they're basically the same age almost.
I think.
Yeah, because Troy Baker, he was in one of my favorite games. It wasn't the Tales games. Nah, he was in Persona 4. Like, which is one of my favorite games. Like he played he played Kanji. And I was like, hell yeah, dude. He played so many other like people as well. He played Tim Drake. He played Robin.
I think the
played
first game I heard his voice in was Infamous Second Son.
Oh yeah. He was the Delson. Delson Road. Okay. This is something I want to talk about as well. The Infamous series, probably one of my favorite game series. Which like now, Infamous and Infamous 2, they were so perfect. I think the idea of like conduits, getting powers from like the ray sphere and all that, it was such an amazing thing. It was like really original. Shut up, phone. Shut up, phone.
Phone.
Oh, shut up.
Stop it.
It's probably Riley.
It's not Riley.
Well, I assume everything is Riley.
Like Sucker Punch Productions made something so beautiful, and they didn't realize it. And
They made that movie
because like they made two of my favorite games, Sly Cooper and Infamous. the two of them are so good as well.
Oh my god, yeah. Sly
Yeah,
Cooper.
dude, I love Sly Cooper and Alfred the Infamous. And like the Infamous series, getting back to the topic at hand, I digress. I love because of the things that they put in it. It's so like it's really original, like conduits, ray spear. There's a beast.
Oh,
You have to go through basically New York City, but it's called Empire City. And Cole McGrath, it was such a good character. Like you control his life because like I also like those games that are just like um it, there's good and then there's bad. You can choose a good ending and a bad ending, and then it's amazing. I liked how it diverges, like how the story changes, how Cole acts, and I just liked it as well. And I obviously went evil first on the Infamous One run
oh
because
yeah,
I did the evil run first in Infamous One, like the first evil for Infamous, because it's like I want to be bad. When I was like when it like came out in like 2009, I was like I was 9 years old. Um, and it
from
came
Wolf City.
when it came out, I was like, oh, I want to be a bad guy. I want to break shit up. And then he when I went back and I saw some footage, like when I beat it, I saw footage of the good ending because I didn't want to do it again. I was like, whoa!
Hey guys,
I didn't realize that if that Cole was like when he's a good guy, he shows some selflessness and like he actually cares for the people of Empire City and he's like he's gonna protect these people. And then when I did it in the evil run, it was like he didn't care for any of the people. He cared only for himself and like how he hates that people treat conduits like they're evil people. And then when people come and praise them, he just thinks that they do it for sympathy and like mercy basically. So he just attacks them. And I really like that. And then I did the good ending for Infamous 2 because it was basically the one that is the canon one. I went for the canon one. Like the canon things is that Infamous 1 Cole is evil, and then Infamous 2 Cole becomes good. And Infamous Festival of Blood isn't canon, but it was a really cool thing. It was like
why was Elvis in there? Infamous too.
because it's New Orleans basically. New Marais is basically New Orleans. Uh,
Had
and
Elvis.
yeah, and when like it was 2011 when I finished Infamous 2, and when I finished Infamous
Cole
Festival of
had all
Blood.
that hair in Infamous too, and they decided to say, you know what? Let's just make him bald
Yeah,
again.
dude, that was so weird. When I saw the trailer
Like,
for it, I was
wait,
like, dude, he has hair. That's dope, and he has like a little gauntlet as
do this.
well. Yeah, he had a little gauntlet, and I really liked it as well. It was really cool. And
You
then
can't
and
just
then
do that.
when they came out, it was like, oh, he has no hair. And I was like, okay, I get it. They're trying to keep it simple so people don't get mistaken of who he is. But they could have at least like kept him like when I first started, he was in Empire City going to New Marais to fight the Beast. Uh, he had no hair. I was like, okay, I get it because this is basically like already a few months or at least a few days or weeks pass by when he realized the Beast is coming, he has to go. But like they've been on boat for like a while. They had to go like think about it. Think of the map of the United States. The United States
It's a pretty big place.
yeah, like from New York, New York,
All the way to
that
New
all the
Orleans.
way down to New Orleans, which is Louisiana. That's down. You have to go down past Florida, and like, and that takes a while to pass a whole like country, like a whole state. Like, I've been to Florida, and trust me, like when I was in the Bahamas, that extends so much, especially on a boat like that's not relatively big. Like not relatively big. It's like not relatively big and not relatively small. And it takes a while. Like at least would have like grown some hair somewhere. Not everywhere, but somewhere. But
Hmm.
at least something like that. But I liked it either way, especially Now that you don't have to fight with fists, Zeke like gave you a freaking amp, and it was like so freaking cool. To be honest, it was so freaking good. Uh, and the skins they gave you, the skins was so good, was so good. They gave you a golden katana for instead of the amp, and I was like,
Ooh.
dude, that's freaking dope.
Golden Wind.
All right, and then I finished it in 2011. I was like, dude, it's so good. I wish they could make other games. And me and my best friend Julian, we were talking about it. And then one day in 2014, because like in 2013, like it was like PlayStation 4, and then like it's cool. And then when 2014 came around, and then Sucker Punch released something, and I was like, wait, what the heck is this? We were like, wait, what is this? And then we looked at it, and then we saw like somebody attacked, like some police guys being attacked by like smoke and all that. I was like, wait, is this what I think it is? And then the guy came out and I was like, hey, what's up, guys? And he just looked at the camera and then he threw it on the ground. And then the trailer was over. It says infamous second son. I was like, I looked at Julian and I screamed in his face. I was like, yeah, and I'm not gonna scream, but like, yeah, I was like, dude, infamous. And then we were just so hyped for it. We were really hyped for it. Uh, what we initially thought, what we initially thought is that we didn't understand the thing infamous second son. We just thought we both thought our theory was that at some point in Infamous 2 there was a point in Infamous 2 when he was talking to Nick, where Cole was talking to Nick, and he's like, Nick was like, so you have any family? And he said, I have a brother. And I was like, oh, okay. And then when that thing came out, Infamous Second Son, we both immediately thought it was gonna be Cole's brother, but then it didn't happen. It was just like it was Delson Rowe, and he lives in Seattle, which is somewhere that
Yeah.
I never expected that to go to. I mean, I expected it because I saw in the trailer there was Seattle in the background. It was the Space Needle, uh, and I was like, oh, it's okay. They're doing something new, and then his cop buddy came around, like
His brother cop.
his brother came around, and it was like I was like, oh, okay, I get it. The second son, he's the younger brother. And I was like, okay, I guess it's not his brother. But he was pretty good. And Delson was he's basically part Native. He's like a Native American. He's part of of a tribe basically, and he can be good or bad, just like the Infamous series. But the main plot of it is that he has to basically save Seattle the from a force. Like her name is like the main villain is called Augustine, uh, and she basically controls basically a police force full of conduits, but they call them bioterrorists. I was like, ooh, okay, that's a bit sus. That's very like rude to assume that they're terrorists. Because in the end, you find out that in the end you find out that Augustine supposedly did it for a good cause, just to keep the conduits safe. Because at one point um, she like the DUP, the Department of Unified Protection. She was like she wanted to protect the conduits at some point because she was ex-military, and then she had her powers activated when she was fighting like a monster basically. I think at that point, uh, people like at that point it was just like the conduits are like already started to emerge when she was part military. Like at that point when Cole basically activated the race sphere and it spread all throughout. Kind of like because like it kind of like the idea we thought the Infamous Second Son was like a prequel, but it was just a sequel. Like because like uh what Zeke said to like many when at the end of Infamous 2, he said that some conduits some conduits were still out there, but only because the ray sphere's range didn't go all throughout. So like from New Orleans, basically from Louisiana and up towards like the west, or like the maybe like I think the west, like all throughout Europe,
Wow.
like Europe and Africa and South America. Those are the ones that he actually like touched. But some of them, like in the east, some parts of the east, they say that were untouched. They were like the conduits were still roaming around. They were not dead when the ray sphere activated. Um, and that's the thing that sets it up, because like some conduits are still alive out there, in Infamous Second Son, and I like that idea, because like because the idea of like the conduits just ceasing to exist just didn't really bode well with me, because I wanted to see more. Um, she basically was like an extremist on conduits, even though she is one. And like she like I said, she named them bioterrorists because they are capable of like doing some chaos. They were like doing chaos basically. And she had to make a choice basically at one point when she made another girl conduit. She had to protect. And when they finally met up with the military, they treated them as the threat. And I was like, wow, I actually kind of feel for them, like, because they were basically military. Like, she was basically military. She was part of the human race, and then just because of a minor implication that she just became a conduit, that they just treat her as a threat. And I just find that really, like, that's sad, because she's still a human being, but people just label her as being the enemy. And
Wait, guys.
it's kind of fucked up.
I got a hypothetical.
Hmm.
What if Vector was a conduit?
Oh my god,
Oh my god,
Kevin,
What?
that's good.
Jesus Christ, man.
You know,
What's
who was what's his name again? Main character of Second Son.
Delson Rowe.
Does some work. Yeah, he only said he had no like interest of like at the beginning of saving the city and all that, but like till like no that whatever police van or van was going along the area, and then like the conduits like broke out and escaped, and then
Yeah.
he got given the kind of like power
Yeah.
sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, because like he was just like he's just living a normal life as a graffiti artist, and he was just a delinquent, because he was part of
graffiti controls.
he
It took me almost at the end.
Dude, that was probably one of the best freaking things about the game.
No, it's good, but it took me so very far to the end of the game where I figured, oh, I'm supposed to hold the controller sideways.
I think they even told you, Kevin. They told you to hold the
controller. Is that for the graffiti stuff?
I'm like, wait, how am I supposed to hold the control? So I just hold it in its normal position.
And the thing is,
hold controllers, I don't know, we're supposed to turn it fucking sideways.
Yeah, like the thing is, the Delson Rowe, like, not Delson Rowe, but like Infamous Second Son is one of the examples of like the PlayStation 4 using its full capabilities of like the motion control and like the actual light, thing.
Clearly during its full capabilities, I wasn't using my full percent brain power.
Because like the PlayStation 4 used the full potential on Infamous Second Son, and then they just, after the full other games came out, they were like, yeah, doesn't matter. I was like, huh?
No, Until Dawn.
Well, Until Dawn, yeah. That was probably one of the other ones. But there's very little games that like that show this anymore.
The only game I that I preferred the story was interesting was Prototype.
No, dude, I was just gonna say that like when I played Infamous 1 and Second Son and First Light, they always remind me of Prototype.
Yeah.
Alex Mercer.
Alex Mercer.
Alex Mercer.
Oh, he's not.
Because like Delson Rowe was just living a normal life, like I said. He was just a delinquent because he was part of a reservation. He was part of the Akomish reservation. Uh, and then he apparently had he was originally a conduit a long time ago at some point because his core ability is power absorption. To like absorb power.
Mm.
Because
So
it really didn't it was so weird for me because it didn't really make sense that he would get a power just by touching someone's hand. Because it was like I don't get how that works. Because like in Infamous 1 and 2, like in Infamous 1, Cole got his powers and most people got their powers just because they just because of a ray sphere. Like the ray sphere had like electromagnetic energy in it that unlocked something within them
Cole started Uber bikers.
and made them like get a power basically. Uh, and then when they come up with this different subject that like Delson can get a power just by touching someone, it was just weird. Uh, but like he can read yeah he basically deduces that he can just like absorb any other conduit's power. Uh,
Cole was the one who started
and
Uber bike.
at that point when he realizes that he he was like, oh yeah, because like back then because he was fighting the DUP that he was getting Hank the guy who gave him the smoke power. Uh, and then when he saw that uh who's that bitch? Augustine was like hurting Betty the one that was part of the Akomish. Like everyone like when he saw that everyone suffered because of what Augustine did, because he was like trying to find out who the who the conduit is, like the bioterrorist. He took matters into his own hands because he realized that he can touch other conduits' powers after touching them. Like when he gets conduits' powers when he touches their hand. Like he goes with Reggie, like his brother, to Seattle, and then they go to they go to dismantle the DUP's operations, and then he also deduces that if he gets Augustine's power, which is the concrete power, he can use it to heal his fellow Akomish uh, members, like family, basically.
It was only Betty that got hit with the concrete.
No, the whole Akomish reservation got hit with it.
Huh.
Yeah, you wake
I
up
don't
like
know, Betty.
Yeah, you wake up, you're all healed because you're a conduit. Uh, and then you see that everyone else is just completely covered
feared
with
with stones.
completely covered with concrete. Yeah, and like he how do you say this? He at some point he finds himself with other conduits like Fetch, who gives him
Mm.
the neon powers, and Eugene, who gives him the video power. Uh, and then he has a choice to corrupt them to like help him take down
Oh, I didn't
the
do that.
DUP, or he can like help them do something, and then they could help them with the DUP. That's
I,
obviously
I,
Mm.
I helped them obviously because I wanted to
the,
see.
the
That's
good,
like
the interesting part about that game is the karma system. Like, say if
oh
I
you
love
decide to
the karma
the
system, dude.
jacket,
That's what
the
I love. Yeah, the jacket was so good that how it changed as well. Like in Infamous 1 and Infamous 2, it also changed as well. Because like Infamous 2, it was just yellow. That means you're neutral. Because it's there's blue and red. I mean that makes green, but you know,
mm.
you know what I'm saying. It's just like he was just yellow. He was just neutral.
Yeah,
And then when you slowly diverge into the path of like a good guy,
good or bad.
your shirt changes. Because his shirt it was yellow, and then it turned gray, and then blue, and then white. White meaning he's like a hero basically. And then when he was a and his stance as well. When he's a hero, his stance is like more like up straight, and he's like looking more heroic. But when he's a villain,
he's slouchy.
his shirt turns from orange to like a black and then into a red, and like a really dark red, and then his stance just goes into like a very slouch one, like a very like I don't care shit. And his skin color as well. That's something they did in Infamous 1 as well. Well, he was an evil, and Infamous 2 and Infamous 1, when he was evil, his skin complexion turns more gray and like more corrupted. And that was really cool as well, and I really liked it as well. And Infamous 2, Infamous Second Son, they showed that through the jacket, like how the Akomish symbol that he has, it changes. Like the birds were like the white bird and the red bird, they were just like standing straight, and if you diverge his goodness, the bird will slowly consume the red bird until he just spreads his wings and like becomes the hero. And like his sleeves as well become like
Then the
white.
red bird just completely
Yeah,
annihilates
and
the
if you were a bad guy, the
more
red bird will just destroy the white bird, and then it will just like
morph
show like
into
a
skull.
skull, yeah. And his red
Big dog.
and like he gives us choice to like just manipulate or like help them, because Fetch was like trying to seek revenge, like she wants to avenge
Drug dealers,
her brother. Like I liked Fetch's story as well,
they
but
did.
I wish that they did it with the other characters like Eugene and Hank. I wanted to see that as well, because First Light, I like the idea of it, how she became of it, because they gave us really too little detail. I mean, they didn't give us really too little detail. I mean,
Hank was the bad
they
guy.
showed what happened and how she became a conduit, but the way that they expressed it in First Light, it was actually pretty good. Like, because it showed the actual storyline. I wanted to see how Eugene was bullied, and how he became, how he overcame his fears, and how Hank, he
Was a
was
jack
he was a villain,
little
and
beanie.
yeah,
And there was at one point I wanted to kill Hank. Then I
yeah,
realized, oh, well, his daughter's on the boat. Do
at
I
one
really
point,
want to
yeah,
kill him?
at one point there was a one point I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna divert into the evil path and just get this
You
guy
know what?
dead, until I saw that he was doing all this so he can go find his daughter. I was like, oh,
Eh,
I get
his
it.
daughter's like on the boat.
Yeah,
And you hear her go, "Daddy,"
yeah, because
I'm
and as you've got
they had her hostage, and there was like, oh, the only way that he could like,
save her.
yeah. And like
Yeah.
you could either kill him, but like that'd be so horrible. Just leave her father dead right there. So he just spares him, and like I don't want to
Yeah,
see you ever again. You know, that's it.
I played the "Get out of here, you stupid dumb animal" card.
Yeah,
I've played both like good and evil. Both of the stories are so amazing. All the powers you can have and the different skills from like when you verge to different bad or good. The ending though, like good ending, you know, you help all the people out.
yeah, because like
Evil ending,
in the good karma, the canon one, obviously,
yeah,
you were given the choice to like either expose
Exposed.
Augustine from the DAP operations, or kill her, like in the evil karma,
yeah,
obviously. The good karma one, like it just gets her. You just they haul her away by the authorities. They haul her away. Everyone's cheering, and then like Delson like implicitly notes the irony of a government figure being taken down by a gamer, an ex-junkie, and a small-town delinquent. Uh, Delson's actions set off a second age, basically, that where conduits and humans can coexist. Uh, and the conduits of Current K are also free to live as they fit. That's it all comes back full circle, because like what Cole did, um, he was basically dubbed like in the good karma ending, like the canon one. He was basically dubbed the hero of New Marais, and like that's something that not a lot of people know about. Only some people from the west side and up know about, because he helped all those people in conduits. But in the end, all the conduits died basically from that part of the world, basically.
Yeah, it was their
And
fault.
people never really thought of conduits. Like people didn't think conduits would come up ever again because of the death of all the conduits, including Cole. And so they dubbed him that the hero of Numerai, and then they just kept on with their normal lives
Then he
until
became a vampire and everyone died for
that's
him.
not canon.
I know it's not canon.
Fucking queer.
Whoa!
Uh,
You You want me to hit you with this microphone?
Don't make me slap you from over here, Kevin.
You don't have any hands. You don't have any hands.
Hey,
Exactly.
hey, I'm a polar bear. I'll fucking polar bear paws slap you both together.
To be honest, a polar bear paw will just destroy faces. Like no
Well,
cap.
well, no, just you who probably maul me to death. You're a Q-tip. I'm a human.
I'll snap him and
You
rip your
snap
face
me in
off,
half.
Kevin.
But he like I like the idea that he said, "Oh, I still have some unfinished business to attend to now that he got the power he needed to save all the people in his tribe." And when he did a graffiti memorial on top of the fish cannery, it was like such a beautiful moment as well.
I
Like,
cried during the death of Reggie.
yeah, dude, I was like, God damn it, dude. Like,
I mean, if I was in Delsin's shoes, I would have done the same thing.
to be honest, dude, like, what? I mean, if you saw your brother die right in front of you, and you saw the woman responsible for that, bro, she catching these hands, like, no
Well,
cat.
if it was
She goes,
my brother personally, I would have probably may or may not have done the same thing. Because then again, my brother was an ass to me. But there were
he's
some
still your
times where he
brother,
was.
dude.
Yeah, he's still my brother.
That Tribune though, if you pick the bad ending, you just kill them all at the end.
Dude.
You like go up into the air.
And that
And
really
then-
stung as well. It's like Betty, like, condemns him for becoming evil and wreaking havoc all around Seattle. And she tells him that she disgraced his fucking people, his ancestors, and the memory of his brother, and that and then the line, "He is a Comish no longer." I was like, what? Dude, that really you can tell that stung for Delsin. And then Delsin's like, he asked her like if she had forgotten that without his power, she and the rest of the tribe would die. And then that Betty's like that they haven't forgotten and they would never forget. And they're like, wow. And when he like did the orbital drop on him, I was like, no way. And then when that came out, I was like, holy shit. Oh yeah, never mind. His when he's evil, his face has like a little bit more. It's like he's a little bit more sickly. He has black under his eyes. He has bags, and then he has red spots on his face as well. That because you could see the corruption in his face, kind of like how Cole did it. But
I thought it was just acne. You said red spots.
no,
Isn't sleeping for days, insomnia.
Yeah. And it was just really good. But I wish that they could have done something more. So I wish there was something more to it. Like not just
Wasn't it like a DLC too?
there
where,
was a
there
DLC like that there was two DLCs that really set the mood in for me because like the story in general I liked it. I liked how it ended, like with the conduits all living in peace, like conduits and humans living in peace. They coexisted together, and I liked that. I really liked that thing. But there was something else that was missing. I loved the ending. There was just something else. I can't put it into words, but there was something else that was missing. And then
Spider-Man.
and then when the DLC came out with
Same.
with Cole, where you can get the Cole jacket, which is dope, and then you can also get the paper mask of the girl. I was like, when I saw the paper mask one, paper DLC, there was a whole it was a whole freaking scavenger hunt because you had to go on your phone and look up a site and then do a code and then you had to deliver it back onto the mailbox and then it was just a scavenger hunt basically. I was like, holy shit, this is dope. And then
I have to go back to that game.
yeah, dude. Oh, dude. I wish I still had Infamous Second Son. Like I have Infamous 2 and 1 on the PlayStation 3 still. I need to find a way to plug it in somewhere. I just want to go back to it and play it again because it was so good. Or like at least I want to play it on the PlayStation 4. Like I don't know if they have it there on the PlayStation 3 backwards compatibility
No.
thing. No?
No, it's just a PS4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wish they had it on there, like the infamous 1 and 2 there, so I could just play it and then record it and play it again. Because I want to relive that shit. Then at least make a remastered of it. Because goddamn, was it fucking.
Oh, I think they do have Infamous 1 and 2, but it's only with that PlayStation Now.
PlayStation Now, yeah.
Yeah.
But why would
Because
anyone? But why would anyone want to pay for that? Why can't they just
I
make
know.
it? It's fucking stupid trial. Because at least with Xbox One, they did it right. They did that backwards compatibility bullshit, and they're like, oh, you can play Xbox 360 games, and it was like, cool. And then
Mm.
PS4's one's like, hey, you're gonna have to pay to play some older games. It's like, fuck you. But it's like they did it with some games, like they did it with PlayStation 2 games, but it was basically just the GTA ones, like GTA San Andreas, GTA 4, not GTA 4, GTA Vice City, GTA 3, like those games. They did it with that.
I've got
Nothing.
those at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I purchased them ages ago, but going back and playing them because I played them on the computer. GTA 3, Vice City, San Andreas, absolutely amazing. But the graphics, my gosh.
Yeah. It's like yeah, like I said, Infamous, and Sly Cooper, one of the best games because it's Sucker Punch, and I like how I was waiting for another game, but like they were focusing more on Ghost of Tsushima, which I'm going to get, like, cause I seen the gameplay, and I can't wait. I honestly cannot wait to get that game, cause I seen gameplay of it, and it was just it looks so good. Uh, and I don't know. It's Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch is one of my favorite like companies, not only because of the way like because they made Infamous and Sly Cooper, but because of the fact that they're a really good structured company. They're not going anywhere, and like they're not going to be anywhere because like they're going to be making awesome games. That's what I'm gonna say.
Mm.
Yeah.
What else
Uh.
did they make?
Yeah.
Did they make anything else?
Huh?
Did the company make anything else apart from Sly Cooper and Infamous? Apart from
The whole ketchup. I don't really know, to be honest. All right. One last topic we can talk about. Um, what would be what country do you think would fit best? Like, what era would you think would you think fit best for us for another Assassin's Creed? Because when I saw the trailer for Assassin's Creed Valhalla with like because Kevin and Riley sent it to me, and I had no idea what it was because I couldn't see the title. I was like, "What's going on here?" I was like, "Oh, a new Vikings game, dope." And then I saw like an assassin in the back, and then I saw the Viking killed the freaking Roman centurion with a a hidden blade. I was like, wait, what? And I just started freaking out because I was like, they're making another Assassin's Creed game, and it's with my favorite like historical era people, which is the Vikings.
Vikings that come from
Dude,
Norway? Yeah.
like back because like people back then, people like debate like, oh, Vikings, samurai, or knights, and who do you think would win? That was like back
For
then. That was
Honor.
yeah. That was basically it. Because like people talked about it, and then it came on reality when For Honor came out. Because Vikings, samurai, and knights came around and started fighting. And I obviously picked Vikings because I really liked, not because of the barbaric, but how barbaric they are and like how pillagey they are, but because like I just really liked how they look and how much story they have behind them. Because like they're basically the ones that quote unquote like founded America basically. Not Christopher Columbus, but the Vikings. Uh, and the best thing is like, oh, they found Canada, Newfoundland. That's like,
What?
hell, They basically found Canada. Yeah, Newfoundland. Newfoundland is in Canada, Kevin.
Kevin's like, what?
Kevin's so confused. But I think it's in Newfoundland. I think.
I've pre-ordered the Assassin's Creed Valhalla
Yeah,
collector's edition. Oh my god.
yeah. I can't wait either as well. Just like Vikings and assassins, there's a weird combination, but goddamn, is it not satisfying to see it? But like I say, like what do you think would be a good era to see some not Vikings, some assassins like in a new Assassin's Creed game? Because we've seen a lot of eras come through in the Assassin's Creed games. Because like we had um we had ancient Egypt in Origins, we had ancient Greece in Odyssey, and now we have basically Norway, Sweden, Iceland. Basically, I think I don't know. Oh, no, I think no,
Slash
no,
England.
no. Well, slash England, yeah, because they were in the storming of England.
There's gonna be like 3 main areas you can go in England and a part of Norway.
A part of Norway, fuck yeah. But also because there's different eras, like in Assassin's Creed 2 is like the Renaissance. Assassin's Creed 1, it was the Crusades, I think. Assassin's Creed 3, it was the American Revolution. The American Revolution. Like, and also like, they made like 3 games for Ezio because you could clearly see that Ezio is probably one of the like it is everyone's favorite assassin. Ezio.
Ezio Auditore
De Firenze. De Firenze.
del
Yeah,
France.
yeah, they made 3 games. They made Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, and Assassin's Creed Revelations. They made 3 games
And
for him. Huh?
those games are 2 and that's like a San Influenzo. You've got like Venice.
Yeah, Italy. Yeah, the Renaissance basically.
Yeah.
In Assassin's Creed 1, it was just like the Crusades, so it's like more in the the Balkans, like the Arab places. Assassin's Creed 3 is America, an American Revolution. And then Brotherhood, Revelations, I think those still were in Italy or somewhere. I don't remember where. But I played them and they were so good. And I was like, oh yeah, these eras. And then one of my favorite ones, Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, came along because it was like it's gonna be pirates, and it was gonna be in the Caribbean. And I was like, oh dude, represent from the Caribbean, bro. I was a little bit disappointed that it was only like the West Indies, but still, I got to see Cuba. I got to see like part of Haiti. I got to see a bit of Jamaica, the Bahamas, like a little bit of Florida, and like South America. And then you apparently go all the way to fucking Principe, which is all the way in freaking Africa. Which, mind you, like from Puerto Rico down to Africa, that's on a boat, mind you. That's a pretty long trip. Like I'm not going to bullshit you. That is a very long way to go. I never played Rogue.
Yeah.
I never played Rogue. Where's Rogue take place? Because I know you're also
North America.
North America.
It's got like it's just got like the same as kind of like it's got New York as well.
Oh, it's New York.
Yeah.
Okay. Because yeah. Syndicate, which was in the
London.
London industrialization period. I'm just gonna talk about like the the periods, because the periods are like the ones where they come from. What was after?
And my favorite Assassin's Creed Unity in the French Revolution, Paris.
Oh, Unity. Yeah, that's pretty good. Like I like the idea of like having 4 assassins together as well, because that's the thing. I was like, oh, this dude, awesome gameplay, love it, cool, let's go.
Knack 2, baby.
Dude, Kev, what's your favorite Assassin's Creed? Have you ever played Assassin's Creed games?
I've played the first Assassin's Creed game.
What was your favorite one?
That was my favorite one.
That was your favorite one?
That
the
was
original.
the only one I played.
Yeah.
I forgot the main character's name. Was it Alatir?
Altair.
Altair bin Lahad.
Altair.
This guy knows
Never
all the
forget the
names.
original.
Yeah. You have no idea. I could probably maybe name all of them.
There's
Because
I got Kevin.
Connor is from Assassin's Creed 3. His Indian name I'm not going to even try because that is
Wait,
really
Yeah.
hard to do.
Where did Connor from Detroit becomes human doing an Assassin's Creed?
Oh my god.
That's it. That's the name he uses to avoid being like seen as a Native American. He uses that name as
Hmm.
as an alias. But he's what I really liked about it as well is that he is the son of the
John Connor.
he is the son of
Yeah.
Edward Kenway, which is the Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag main character.
Yeah, Edward Kenway. Then
Yeah.
Edward Kenway's son turns into a Templar.
Yeah,
And
and
I
I
was
was yeah, you played as him for a while as well.
Yeah.
You played as for a while as well, and I was like, come on, that little shit turned his back on his father and then freaking like became a Templar. I was like, well, shit. See,
Well,
didn't see that coming.
Rogue is like one of the kind of good one.
Yeah.
It's a short story, but you're a
Because
Templar
you're
in
a
there.
He
Templar.
went rogue. He's going rogue.
It was so weird for me because it was like, I mean, an assassin that turned that trained as an assassin and then did he turn his back or was he like turned back on?
He gets something happens in like he goes to like Lisbon, something happens there, the city gets destroyed. He questions about the assassin and if they're doing a good cause. Then he turns into a Templar. And it kind of actually makes you think if the assassins are actually like bad and the Templars are good.
Yeah. I can
Go rogue.
like there was also one like when they made that at the same time that Assassin's Creed 3 came out, it was Assassin's Creed 3 Liberation, which is the liberation of New Orleans from the French. You played as like Aveline fuck, I keep forgetting her name. It's just really hard. But it's cool because at the same time that the French are like the New Orleans people are being liberated from the French, the American Revolution is going on as well. So like at some time you actually meet Connor as well, which is actually pretty dope. Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag was really good because it introduced the idea of pirates, and like you could ride boats. You can ride the boats.
Oh god, not the boat pirates.
And like it was really cool. It was really cool. I really liked the way that they portrayed it. The Assassin's Creed Freedom Cry was where you take control of Adewale, which was your right hand man. He was from I think Haiti, and you fight in Haiti. There was I forgot what the other game was. Oh yeah, Assassin's Creed Chronicles. That was weird. Like they came up with that out of nowhere for some reason. Like Assassin's Creed.
First Assassin's Creed Chronicles,
China,
India, Russia.
Like China, I guess I don't even know where that takes place.
America.
I don't even get what the Assassin's Creed Chronicles even is. Probably the Russian one I think takes place during Red October, which is like when the fall of the Tsar, like when they killed the Tsar of Russia. But other than that, I have no clue because Assassin's Creed Chronicles, I think that was like it's like 2D basically.
That was made for like the PS Vita.
Yeah, PS Vita.
Okay.
Assassin's Creed Chronicles, it takes place. Oh wait, what? Xiao Jun was trained by Ezio. Okay, I guess that takes place in the Revolution, Renaissance, I guess. But in the Chinese, where does this take place? It's like.
Oh, there was Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get China.
Revelation.
India, it's in 1841, which I'm guessing that's when the Sikh Empire was at war with the East India Company, which is like the UK thing, like they want to be delivered by the UK.
Kevin.
Why are you laughing, Kevin?
Kevin.
I just thought of a hypothetical question.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
I will wait until the end.
Huh?
Okay. I
Okay.
would
It's
say
not the
then,
end of the video yet.
location, I would like to see a next Assassin's Creed game. Apart from Valhalla going all the way to England and Assassin's Creed Syndicate going already been England, I would love to see Assassin's Creed, a game called Kingdom, set in
The
Camelot,
dark
King Arthur time, the Round
the
Tables.
Dark Ages. Well, no, the Dark Age.
Yeah,
The Dark
They made
Ages.
it
Well,
Assassin's Creed
no, well,
game. That
no. The Dark Ages is
was-
basically around the Revolution as well. Not Revolution, the Renaissance. Like before the Renaissance, it was the Dark Ages, so that really makes sense. So yeah,
They
like
made it
Mm.
Assassin's
medieval times. So like there's knights and stuff.
yeah,
I get it.
nice.
I get it. I get it. I get it. Okay, what about
The
you?
only reason
Yeah, go ahead.
The only reason it would be good is because King Arthur could be, because they're like the Knights of the Round Table. They could be
Yeah.
Templars. You could be one of them in their group and take them all out. You've got like the Sword of Eden again could be the Sword of Excalibur.
Ooh, that actually be pretty dope. Like
Mm.
one of the eras that I think could work pretty well is the not the jet no, there was the one where like before before the year zero came around, like way before BC, like around BC. I really want one where it's like the Japanese versus China, because China was like trying to take
Ooh.
control of Japan at one point, and I just want to see like the shogunate, and like a shogun or like a samurai assassin coming to like at least destroy all Chinese trying to invade Japan, and that'd be pretty cool. You get to like
Yeah.
you get to travel all the way up to Mount Fuji, or like go down towards Yamamoto and like fight some Chinese there, like take control. Like it's kind of like how what I'm thinking is like kind of like how Far Cry 4 had this like, oh, you can liberate some regions, you can go to different regions and all that, and like liberate them, and you can take control of them. And once you take control of them, you can jump over to China and then attack China back, and then like destroy their emperor. I think I forgot what his name was. Shujin, the Shujin with a X, the Emperor Shujin, because at that time it was the
Shadow Jump Camp.
yeah. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I was thinking. Kevin, what about you? What era would you want another Assassin's Creed game to be at?
I wasn't paying attention.
Does that
Kevin would. I bet Kevin would like to see one just in Canada. Canada.
Canada.
Canada.
What relevant like eras would there be in Canada? Like what important stuff um would there be? Because there's like the like when France came along and they took control of it. But I don't know what else could there be that like, because there's Canada under French rule, Canada under British rule, the Canada Confederation, Canada during the World War One, World War Two. It's like there's not really a lot of things there. Maybe like indigenous people, like you could like be like the indigenous Canadians, and then you're fighting the French when they came along. I don't know, something like that.
He can just be
Yeah,
a goober.
a Cuba.
A goober assassin.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
it's very deadly.
Yeah. All right. I think that we can end it right
No,
there, guys.
what? No. You said I could question to the end.
Oh, okay. Question 3 in. Huh.
All right.
All right.
So who would make a better assassin or Templar?
Mhm.
And I'm pretty sure you're gonna know that I'm gonna fuck this up completely.
Oh, okay.
But who would make? Now here's who I think would make a good assassin. And you can't say, oh well,
Uh,
you can't call something on that because I'm sure you'll
yeah. Okay.
meme this up.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
So here's what I'm thinking.
Does that have to
Flat
do with
Stanley
Vector?
would be a
Oh,
good Flat Stanley would be a good.
good Templar.
All right, you with me? So
Somewhere, I
Hello?
guess. Yeah. Hello, Kevin.
Hey.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess they're dead.
Yeah. No, I'm not that. So
Yeah, Flat Stanley would make a good Templar.
Yeah.
yeah.
And then Vector would be a great assassin.
Wouldn't be the other way around.
No, because he does something with multitude and velocity or
Is it Vector the
something.
villain
He's
though?
got the wingsuit.
Is it Vector like?
He's got the windsuit, and when Leonardo da Vinci makes the windsuit in Assassin's Creed 2,
He stole the
Ezio,
plane.
you can fly.
He stole.
At this point, the Discord disconnected on my end. I'm terribly sorry, but it was a really good experience to talk with Jordan, and it's a successful podcast, I would say. So anyway, thank you guys so much for listening on the Ixnob's podcast, and yeah, we'll see you guys on the next one.